You don't see this dish as often as Kung Pao chicken or General Tso's chicken for sure, but if you're lucky, sometimes you see it on Chinese restaurant menus here in the United States. Today we'll talk about Da-Chien chicken. What is Da-Chien? Well, the question is, who is Da-Chien? Hi, my name is Christy and this is the American Chinese Food Show. Da-Chien chicken, named after a famous Chinese artist who loves the spicy dish. Chicken sautéed with vegetables and hot pepper. That's it for today's episode. Just kidding. Yeah, Zhang Da-Chien is a famous Chinese artist, but even that is probably an understatement. He is called the Picasso of China. When the two of them finally met in person, the media called it the meeting of the Western and Eastern art worlds. Born in 1899, Zhang Da-Chien was a visionary who combined traditional Chinese ink painting techniques with his own innovative style. He's also a master forger of old Chinese paintings. Some of his forgeries made it to big museums like the Museum of Fine Arts in Boston. He didn't do too bad himself either. His most expensive painting sold in auctions was for $34 million, the Peach Blossom Spring, done when he was losing his eyesight. So why would a dish be named after him? It's because not only was he an extraordinary painter, he was also a huge food connoisseur. He even claimed his cooking skill is beyond his painting skill. The Chinese Communist Revolution ended with the establishment of the People's Republic of China in 1949. Zhang left China and began his exile until the end of his life at the age of 83. He lived in Argentina, then Sao Paulo, Brazil, Carmel by the Sea in California, where he was inspired by the pine trees there. He finally settled in Taipei, Taiwan. Everywhere he went, he brought his personal chefs with him. They would spend time together to improve traditional dishes, experimenting with new combinations of seasoning and with better quality ingredients. The dishes Zhang ended up with are usually more refined, and his name Da-Chien eventually kind of became somewhat of its own school of Sichuanese cuisine. So you might have seen other dishes like Da-Chien shrimp, Da-Chien fish on menus as well. If you get Da-Chien chicken today at a Chinese restaurant in the States, what would it be like? These are some of the menus. Slices of chicken stir-fried with mixed vegetables in a sambal, garlic, chili sauce. Diced chicken sauté with hot pepper and bamboo shoots. Marinated chunks of chicken sautéed in hot spicy sauce. Deep fried chicken with Chinese vegetables in our house special spicy sauce. So pretty much a different dish depending on where you go. Da-Chien chicken came from a dish that you all probably have tried, Kung Pao chicken. You can learn more about this dish in a previous episode. Instead of using usually chicken breast, Da-Chien chicken uses drumsticks with the skin removed and no peanuts. How did it come about? There is of course more than one version. Let's go with the most popular story first. One of Zhang's personal chefs left to work in Japan and opened his own restaurant in Tokyo in 1958 called Sichuan Restaurant. The chef claimed that when Zhang Da-Chien visited him at his restaurant in Tokyo, he took out his prized chili bean paste and dried chilies brought over all the way from Sichuan to make a chicken dish. Zhang Da-Chien liked it so much, he asked the chef to name the dish after him. And this is the recipe the chef's son shared. Cut the chicken into pieces, season with salt and pepper, and mix with flour. Lightly deep fry the chicken pieces, stir fry with chili bean paste, daobanjiang, Sichuan peppercorns, and red chili peppers. Add green onions, ginger, garlic, a small amount of chicken broth, soy sauce, vinegar, and pepper. Remove from heat when the sauce thickens. This chef and his son are no ordinary folks. The chef who claimed to have created Da-Chien chicken is Zhang's most famous personal chef, Chen Kenmin. And his son is Iron Chef Chinese, Ken Kenichi. Chen Kenmin was credited with bringing Sichuanese food to Japan. He's the person who first brought mapo tofu, twice cooked pork, and dandan noodles there. His techniques and taste largely shaped how Japanese people define Chinese food today. There was even a taste survey done in Japan that shows how a lot of the mapo tofu dishes you can get in Tokyo had Chen Kenmin's taste profile. There is Chinese American food in America, and there's also Chinese Japanese food in Japan. Chen Kenmin himself said that he's adjusted mapo tofu to fit the Japanese palate, but it's still authentic. He also said cooking exists because of people. His version keeps the numbing sensation with Sichuan peppercorn, but because it was difficult to get chili bean paste back in the days, when he was doing cooking demonstrations at one of the top TV stations, NHK, starting in 1959, he used the miso to replace the soybean paste and added chili pepper. He also dialed down the spiciness level because Japanese has a sweeter palate. When Deng Xiaoping, the paramount leader of the People's Republic of China in the 70s and 80s, visited Japan because he didn't want Japanese food, he ate Chen Kenmin's Sichuanese food. His feedback on the mapo tofu dish was this spicy flavor is Sichuanese, but it's also close to Cantonese cuisine. Probably because of that sweeter taste and thicker sauce. Chen Kenmin actually briefly worked in Hong Kong before he headed to Japan. His son Chen Kenichi followed his path and became a household name himself. And then Kenichi's son Kentaro also became a chef. The Sichuan restaurant Chen Kenmin first opened is now a big chain with 5 high-end restaurants in Tokyo and 1 in Singapore that just got a Michelin 2 stars, and another 5 casual restaurants that focus on mapo tofu and dan noodles, and 2 modern contemporary Sichuanese restaurants. You can still find Da-Chien chicken on the menu today. I want to dedicate this episode to Chen Kenichi, who passed away at the age of 67 in March. His legacy lives on. So does his father's. I left out the answer to a very important question. How did Da-Chien chicken make it to the United States? That's for our next episode. If you like our content, subscribe to our channel. See you soon.